Man, UFC 308
Yeah,
really shook things up,
absolutely.
especially at featherweight.
Oh, for sure.
What do you think? I mean, where does Max Holloway even go from here?
Yeah,
What's next for Blessed?
I mean, that's the question, right? Everybody's asking it.
Yeah,
And I think for good reason. This wasn't just a loss for Max. It's the
right.
first time he's ever been knocked out
Ever.
in his entire career.
Crazy. And against a guy, Ili Topuria. I mean,
Yeah,
I think a lot of people thought Topuria was going to be a tough matchup,
right.
but not necessarily a knockout threat.
Right. Not like that, no.
Especially not like that.
Yeah.
And the fact that Topuria, he didn't just win, he called his shot
Yeah, he did it.
beforehand.
Yeah, he said he'd be the first to knock Holloway out.
Yeah.
And to actually go out there and do it,
Yeah.
it's wild.
That's more than just skill.
Yeah.
That's like, confidence.
It's mentality.
Yeah. Maybe even some mind games going on there.
I think so.
I don't know.
Who knows, but... Well, I mean, you can see it in the fight, right? You can see his strategy really paid off.
Yeah.
He was patiently setting up that left hook that whole fight,
Yeah.
working Holloway into the position he wanted him in.
Right.
That's the sign of a fighter who's not just powerful, but he's thinking like several steps ahead.
Right.
What you think about that?
Well, it's interesting, right? Because Holloway's known for his volume striking.
Yeah.
That relentless pace he puts on guys.
Yeah, for sure.
But it seems like Topuria really flipped the script.
Yeah.
He stayed calm, picked his shots.
Absolutely. And that knockout in the third round.
Brutal.
Oh, it was brutal, but you got to admire the technique. I mean,
textbook.
perfectly timed.
Yeah.
Devastating power. I mean,
I watched it like 10 times.
Yeah.
It's like, how?
the way he sets it up, it's like, it's out of a textbook.
Yeah, I mean, Holloway's chin is legendary.
Legendary, right?
The fact that Topuria was able to put him away like that,
It's a statement.
it's a huge statement.
Huge statement win for sure. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that puts Topuria in a really interesting position in the featherweight division.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But before we get to all that,
Okay.
I want to talk about Holloway's reaction.
Yeah.
Because even in defeat,
Yeah.
the guy's a class act.
Yeah.
He took to social media with a statement,
Yeah.
hinting at a new destination. He said, "The Blessed Express ain't stopping here.
Yeah.
We on our way to a new destination. Make sure you have your ticket. Get excited."
Yeah, and I think that's why people love Max.
Mhm.
He's a true warrior, but he also handles himself with such grace and humility.
He does.
I mean, that statement speaks volumes,
It certainly does.
about his character and, his determination to keep pushing forward, even after a setback like this.
Yeah, and at only 32 years old.
Yeah, he's still young.
I feel like Holloway still has plenty left in the tank.
Oh, absolutely.
So again, I think the big question now is, what is next for Max Holloway?
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
next? That's what we're all trying to figure out. Well, I think this loss to Topuria, it sparked a lot of talk about him potentially moving up to lightweight.
Lightweight, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
which, it's something that Max himself has considered.
He has.
Yeah, he even mentioned in a recent interview, like, what else is there to do at 145? Kind of implying that maybe,
Maybe he's thinking about it.
he's thinking about 155.
It makes sense. I mean, the guy's already a legend at featherweight,
He is.
but he's come up short in some of his recent title bids.
Yeah.
So maybe a fresh start, a new
Yeah.
division
Yeah.
could reignite that championship fire in him.
Exactly. And, we've seen other fighters, right,
We have.
make these successful transitions to higher weight classes.
Yeah,
And I think Max certainly has the skill set to compete with the best at 155.
for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But before we get too deep into those lightweight possibilities,
Okay.
I think we got to talk about the man who put Holloway at this crossroads,
Yeah, that's right.
Ilia Topuria.
The man of the hour.
This guy is on an absolute tear right now.
Oh, he's on fire. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
He has emerged as a true force at featherweight.
Yeah.
And this win over Holloway just solidifies him as a top contender,
Top contender. I think he's more than a contender now.
You're right.
I mean, he's the champion.
He's the champion.
And let's not forget, this is the same guy who knocked out Alexander Volkanovski.
Oh, yeah, we can't forget that.
Back-to-back victories
Mhm.
over two of the best featherweights on the planet.
Like, back to back, that's insane.
It's crazy.
It makes you wonder, like, how do you even prepare for a guy like Topuria?
Yeah.
Because he can knock you out with one shot,
Right.
but he also has the stamina to go all 5 rounds and put the pressure on you.
He's a scary dude.
Very, very dangerous opponent for anyone at 145, I think.
Oh, yeah. And he knows it.
He knows it.
After the fight, he declared himself the best striker in the division
Yeah, he said it.
and even called out Israel Adesanya.
Ah, yes, the call-out herd round the world.
Yeah.
While a fight between them is certainly intriguing,
It would be fun to watch.
there's a lot of logistical hurdles to overcome.
Sure.
I mean, they're in completely different weight classes.
Yeah.
But, it speaks to Topuria's ambition and his confidence.
Mhm.
He's not afraid to aim for the star, so.
So we have Topuria sitting on top of the featherweight mountain right now.
Yeah.
We have Holloway potentially charting a new course.
Mm-hmm.
But UFC 308 wasn't a one-man show.
No, it wasn't.
There are some other incredible performances that I think deserve our attention.
Absolutely.
And speaking of strikers.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about them. How about Sharaputtin Magomedov?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, talk about a knockout of the year contender.
Dude, that was insane.
With that double back fist on Armen Petrosyan?
Yeah, it was crazy. And especially
Wow.
considering he did it with only one working eye.
Talk about overcoming adversity.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild.
That is wild.
Talk about a story, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Magomedov's striking is truly something special. Oh, yeah.
the guy's got that, like, rare combination of power and speed and creativity.
Yeah.
And after the fight, he made it very clear that he has his sights set on the top,
Oh, yeah.
calling himself the best striker in the division and expressing his desire to fight Israel Adesanya.
It seems like everyone wants a piece of Adesanya these days.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah. But, I mean,
But Magomedov certainly made a strong case for himself
he did, for sure.
at that performance.
Yeah.
He patented that double back fist knockout.
I like that. Patented it.
Talk about a signature move.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Magomedov's rise in the middleweight division is definitely something to keep an eye on.
So we've got some serious contenders emerging in both these divisions, but I want to circle back to Max Holloway for a minute.
Okay.
His statement about a new destination, I mean,
Yeah.
it really has everybody speculating.
It does.
So let's just say, hypothetically,
Okay.
you're in Max Holloway's shoes right now.
All right.
What would your next move be? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, does he stay at featherweight and try to reclaim his throne? Or does he test himself against the best at lightweight?
Right.
I mean, it's a decision with huge implications for his career.
It is.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's maybe try to break down those options a little bit.
Okay, I like it.
All right, so starting with featherweight,
Okay.
what does the landscape look like for him there?
Yeah, it's a good question.
Well,
I mean, I think it's a tough road back to the title, right?
well, absolutely.
I mean, Topuria is a very formidable champion,
Oh, he's a problem.
and there's some other hungry contenders out there.
You got Arnold Allen, who's on a 13-fight win streak.
That's crazy.
There's Bryce Mitchell, undefeated and steadily climbing the ranks.
Yeah.
And you can never count out Yara Rodriguez, you
Yeah.
know? Even coming off that loss to Volkanovski, he's still dangerous.
Oh, for sure.
So, I mean, even if Holloway stays at 145, he's got, several tough fights just to get back to a title shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not to mention Alexander Volkanovski,
Yeah.
who's probably, lurking in the shadows, waiting for a rematch with Topuria himself.
You know he's going to be working on that.
Oh, absolutely.
So, yeah, I mean, featherweight's going to be a battle for Holloway, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a gauntlet. It really is.
So, okay, let's
Yeah.
talk lightweight.
Okay, 155.
Does Holloway have a better chance at a title run over there?
Well, I mean, you got to consider he did have those wars with Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, back in the day, and they were legendary.
Oh, they were like instant classics,
Those are the best fights I've ever seen.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And don't forget, I mean, he fought Conor McGregor at lightweight
Oh, that's right.
in his second UFC fight ever.
It's wild to think about now.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's play matchmaker for a second. If Holloway moves up to 155, who are some dream matchups you'd like to see?
Oh, man, where do I even begin?
Yeah.
A rematch with Poirier would be electric,
Oh, for sure.
especially after those two epic battles they had.
Yeah.
Or how about a clash with Beneil
All
Dariush?
right, that's a good one.
That would be like a grappler versus striker showdown for the ages.
Yeah, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
And then you got guys like Rafael Fiziev and Arman Tsarukyan.
Oh, yeah, those guys are animals.
Rising stars with, like, really dynamic striking styles.
Yeah,
Honestly, I think almost any matchup you can make for Holloway at lightweight would be a banger.
I agree.
Well, it'll be fun to watch.
But let's shift gears for a second.
Okay.
All right. Let's talk about Topuria's future for a minute.
Okay.
What are the biggest challenges he faces as this new featherweight king?
Well, for starters, I mean, he's already beaten the top two guys in the division.
He has.
So I mean, who's even left to challenge him?
That's the interesting part.
Yeah. It's almost like he's cleared out the division.
Well, he's cleared out a lot of the top contenders,
Yeah.
you know, but as we mentioned, you've got guys like Allen and Mitchell and Rodriguez who are all looking to make their mark.
Right.
And then there's the looming possibility of a Volkanovski rematch.
Oh, yeah. You can never count out Volk.
No.
The guy's an absolute beast.
He's a machine. He's going to be working tirelessly to earn that rematch. I guarantee it.
You know he is.
Absolutely. Volkanovski is a different kind of animal, you know?
Yeah.
He's so well-rounded, relentless pressure,
Yeah.
high fight IQ. I mean,
Yeah.
if that rematch happens, it'll be a fascinating chess match, I think.
It would be.
Yeah.
So Topuria has his work cut out for him.
He does?
But I have a feeling he's relishing the challenge.
Yeah.
You know, he seems like that kind of fighter.
Oh, yeah. He thrives off the competition.
Yeah, he's got that killer instinct.
For sure.
And his confidence is, I mean, it's sky high right now.
It's through the roof.
So it'll be interesting to see how he handles the pressure of being the champ.
Absolutely. You know, and we can't forget about all the buzz surrounding Topuria's call-out of Adesanya.
Yeah,
Is there a realistic chance of that fight actually happening?
I mean, it'd be a huge jump up in weight class.
Huge. I mean, Adesanya's the middleweight champ.
Right.
Topuria's at featherweight. That's a significant size difference.
Yeah.
But, you know, stranger things have happened in MMA.
I mean, you never know, right?
You never know.
But I think even if they were to agree on a catch weight,
Okay.
it would be a huge risk for both fighters.
Oh, absolutely.
Adesanya would be putting his legacy on the line.
Yeah, against a smaller but incredibly dangerous opponent.
Mm.
And Topuria, I mean, he'd be taking a massive step up in competition.
Oh, yeah.
Against, you know, one of the greatest strikers in UFC history. It's a
Yeah.
high-risk, high-reward scenario.
It is, that's for sure.
For both guys, you know?
It'd be a lot of hype, though.
Oh, the hype would be insane.
Yeah. And speaking of hype, I mean, UFC 308 generated a ton of buzz online.
Oh, yeah. It was trending everywhere.
Yeah. Hilarious and insightful reactions.
People were losing their minds.
Yeah. And, you know, I think social media is always a great barometer for the pulse of the MMA community.
It is, yeah. It's like, you know, the collective consciousness of the MMA world.
Yeah.
You can really see what people are thinking and feeling.
Yeah. I mean, like Conor McGregor even chimed in, you know?
Oh, yeah. He always
He's never one to stay quiet.
No.
He tweeted, Khamzat is a beast, but that was a weird one. Face crank. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's always entertaining when McGregor weighs in on things.
It is. It is.
You know, he's never shy about expressing his opinion.
Never. And Bilal Mohammed,
Oh, yeah.
who, you know, is hoping for a title shot himself,
Mm-hmm.
tweeted, Topuria is a problem. He's the real deal.
You know, Muhammad's a sharp analyst of the game.
Yeah, he is.
And he's right. Topuria is a force to be reckoned with.
And even Gilbert Burns, who, you know, is known for his grappling prowess,
Oh, yeah. One of the best.
couldn't help but be impressed by Topuria's striking.
What'd he say?
He tweeted, that boy can crack. Topuria is a scary dude.
Yeah, you know, when a guy like Burns, who's faced some of the best strikers in the world, acknowledges your power like that, you know, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
It just goes to show, you know, the respect that Topuria has earned with his recent performances. I mean, he's gone from being like a prospect
Right.
to a bona fide star in such a short time.
It's crazy.
It really is.
And it seems like the entire MMA world is taking notice.
Oh, they are, for sure.
Yeah, we covered a lot of ground today.
We did.
Topuria's rise, Holloway's potential move,
Yeah.
all the social media frenzy.
It's been a wild ride.
It has, but, you know, before we wrap things up,
Yeah.
I want to circle back to Robert Whitaker for a minute.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Tough loss against Chimaev.
It was.
But the guy's a warrior, man.
He is. He's as tough as they come.
What did you think of his performance?
You know, I thought Whitaker showed a lot of heart in that fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he took it on short notice, stepped into the octagon with one of the most hyped fighters in the world.
Right.
And even with the loss, you know, he didn't give up. He kept pushing.
And that post-fight interview,
Oh, I know.
just hours after what everybody thought was a broken jaw,
Yeah. Everyone thought his jaw was broken.
turns out it was just dislodged teeth.
Just a few teeth.
But still, I mean, the guy's a machine.
He's a true professional.
Yeah.
You know, and I have no doubt he'll be back stronger than ever.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, at 34 years old,
Um,
after 2 losses to these top contenders,
Yeah.
you know, it does raise some questions about his path forward.
That does, yeah. It's a tough division.
Middleweight is stacked.
Yeah.
It's only getting more competitive.
It is.
So, you know, he's still an elite fighter. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But he might need to make some adjustments to his game. Maybe explore some different training approaches, you know, just to stay at the top of that division.
I think so. So as we wrap up this deep dive
Yeah.
into the aftermath of UFC 308,
A lot happened.
it's clear that both the featherweight and middleweight divisions are in for a shakeup.
They are big time.
We saw the rise of a new champ in Topuria,
Yep.
a potential turning point in Max Holloway's career.
Absolutely.
The emergence of some really exciting contenders like Magomedov.
He's one to watch for sure.
Yeah, and the continued toughness of guys like Robert Whitaker.
It's crazy how much can change in just one night.
It is, and I think that's what we love about this sport, right?
That's my point.
It's always unpredictable.
I have a dull moment.
But, you know, before we sign off,
Okay.
I want to leave our listeners with one last thought.
A parting shot.
Yeah, and it goes back to Max Holloway.
Oh, yeah. The new destination.
We've talked about the potential lightweight move, the exciting matchups that could be waiting for him there. But I want to ask you, and I want to ask everybody listening,
Okay, shoot.
what do you think is the best move for Max Holloway?
I mean, it's his decision, ultimately,
It is.
but it's definitely something worth thinking about.
Yeah.
Does he stay at featherweight, a division that he's ruled for so long,
Right.
and try to climb back to the top?
Right.
Or does he embrace a new challenge at lightweight?
With all the risks and the reward.
Exactly. It's a tough call.
It is. And, you know,
Yeah.
maybe that new destination isn't about weight classes at all.
Interesting.
Maybe it's something completely different.
That what?
A move to a different organization.
Oh, wow.
Maybe a foray into coaching or commentary.
Yeah, he'd be great at that.
Who knows?
You never know with Max.
The possibilities are endless.
The beauty of it all. Right. We get to sit back and watch how it all unfolds.
Exactly. And on that note,
Yeah.
that's a wrap on this deep dive into the fallout from UFC 308.
Another one in the books.
We explored the fights,
Yeah.
the fighters,
Yeah.
the potential paths ahead. It was a good one.
Thanks for joining us on this journey, everybody.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
We'll see you next time for another